Howdy, and welcome to the Highline Herd podcast, where stories ride strong and the bond between folks and their horses runs deep. Each Sunday, we're talking everything from trail tips and tack to good old horse sense and the people who live it every day. Keep up with the herd by following us over on Instagram at the Highline Herd and swinging by our website at thehighlineherd.com. Now, let's ride into today's episode. Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Highline Herd. I'm Skylar.
I'm Shelby.
And we wanted to take a minute before we get into today's episode to talk about why haven't we posted any episodes? Where have we gone? What have we been doing? Personally, I started a new job and that's been taking up a huge chunk of time. Also, getting my farm ready for winter. I know Shelby has some really cool little announcements.
Yeah. So, Skylar's finally in a position where she's aligning things where she wants them. She's in a job that is closer to her passions.
Oh, yeah.
And, she's been getting her farm ready. I've been getting my farm ready. I finally got our arena and round pen put in.
Woo-woo.
Yeah. So, between all of that, between getting some more clients, getting my business up and running, there's been a lot going on our end, and it's just been hard to squeeze in episodes because usually we're either too busy or we're just so
exhausted.
tired. Horses are demanding, and you'll never hear us deny that, whether it's your hobby or your job.
Yeah.
It takes a lot out of you sometimes, mentally, physically, emotionally.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So we've just had a ton going on, but we are going to try and be more on point with our episodes, get them out more regularly.
Yeah.
Because
get back into the swing of things now that winter is slowly approaching. We're going to have a little bit more free time and
Yeah, and we finally, I think our schedules are finally simmering down
starting
a little bit.
to align as well.
Yeah. It's been a crazy past few weeks, that's for sure.
It has. Yes.
Past couple of months, actually.
Ever since we got back from our trip, Yeah,
and we're into October now.
Yep. I'm
like, holy crap, where did the summer go?
It flew by.
It really did.
Yeah.
It's been an amazing summer, though.
Mm-hmm.
Several amazing experiences. And my wanderlust has been strong. I don't know about yours.
Oh, yeah. In the last week, I've been reminiscing on some of the
pictures. Yeah! I'm like thinking about the redwoods. I'm like thinking about the mountains, the Grand
running
Tetons.
On the beach the way that we did. I have so many like regrets of things that we didn't do on that trip, and it just makes me want to go out there even more.
Right? Like,
so
I know we've got to send this
future
time,
trip when?
Right? 2026. Well, 2026. I am planning on trying to run the Pony Express. I don't know if you're. Yeah.
Oh hell yeah. Yeah.
So that'll definitely be a big part of our year.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely want to go to the Carolinas because you can ride there. We can take the ponies down.
Yes.
So, Highline Herd has been up to some. We've been busy, and we've definitely got some future things we want to accomplish, and we'll definitely be taking you guys along for the ride.
Oh yeah. And speaking of riding, trail riding and all that, trail tales. That's still a thing. If you guys have a story that you want us to read on the Highline Herd, send it in and to our email, and we will possibly feature you on the show. We would love to hear your experiences, your stories, all of it. Good, bad, ugly, you name it. Anything.
Yeah, I mean, tales from the trails can be extremely entertaining and extremely educational.
Oh yeah.
We love to hear every bit of it.
Yeah.
Like Skylar said, the good, the bad, the ugly, the exciting, the dull.
Yep.
Because, sometimes it's just chilling around the campfire chatting. Sometimes it's just running down the trails. And sometimes it's really sketchy instances where your horse is now upside down for some reason.
Yeah. We want to hear it all because, honestly, with horses, no one thing is going to be the same.
No.
And everybody deals with situations differently, and they've had different experiences, and that's something that we want to showcase and feature in the show.
Yeah, and I mean, every horse is different. I mean, I actually just watched a video. This They regularly ride in the mountains. Their horse has no issue. And their horse just took one misstep and got stuck on its back against a tree and a rock. And they were just like, really?
The mare rolled over.
Yeah.
I saw that video.
Yeah. We walk this trail every day. Like, these mountains are nothing.
The one pebble.
Yeah. But that's horses. That's the reality of it, you know?
Yeah, just like us.
Yeah.
You know, we can be clumsy and make mistakes, and there you go.
Yeah, just
funny
because,
story.
Just because we think we're good at it doesn't mean we're not going to get humbled the next second.
No. So, yes, please, if you guys have stories, if you know people who have stories, send them in. We would love, 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 love to hear them.
We'd love to hear them. We'd love to share them.
Yes.
Like, there is nothing that brings us more amusement, more joy than, you know, hearing stories from the trails.
Oh, yeah.
Hearing stories of people's experiences with their equines, but also sharing them.
Yeah.
Getting to spread them because, you know, we all love to hear it. We all love to learn from it.
Exactly.
So, send them in. Send in your stories. You know, give us as much as possible. Yep. So, how about we dive into today's episode?
Yes. Today, we're kind of branching off a little bit. We talked a lot about, you know, what to look for when you're shopping for horses, things to keep in mind before you get a horse, all of those topics. But now we want to change gears and talk about what happens after you buy said horse. What do you do? How do you take care of the horse? How do you plan ahead for all of these new things that you're going to have to do? Like the vets, the board, where are you keeping them, the equipment that it takes to maintain horses, because that's a lot in itself too.
Yeah. In our past episodes, we've talked about bonding, we've talked about handling, we've talked about picking your horse's people, but when you're actually in it and shopping, what do you need to be prepared for?
Yeah.
When you're like, okay, here's my horse, you know, I'm putting down the deposit, I pick him up next week. What are you thinking about? Are you just excited you got a horse, or have you laid out everything first?
Do you have a plan in place?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So probably the most important one is, where are you keeping your horse?
Yes.
Are you keeping it at home, or are you boarding it?
Mm-hmm.
Because the expenses are vastly different.
Yes. And just like we've covered before too, you want to vet wherever you're going. You want to make sure that, you want to vet whoever you're sending your horse to. If you're sending them off to a facility to board, and you want to make sure that your horse's people are vetted as well.
Yeah.
So you can trust them.
Probably, yeah, you want to vet your horse's people, but like we talked about that in previous episode. When you're horse shopping, though, and, you know, say you've vetted a place you want to board at, fantastic. Mm-hmm. Do you have a vet you want to use? Do you have a farrier you want to use? Do you trust the facility to make that decision? Oh, yeah. That's something I think a lot of people don't realize. Depending on your location, vets and farriers may not come to you. You may have to go to them. Are you willing to do that? Where is the nearest emergency clinic? Mm-hmm. Can you haul to it? Yeah. Our nearest emergency clinic is 2 hours away, whether we go to Kentucky or Columbus. Yes. It is a 2-hour drive.
It's a drive, yep.
I know I am prepared to make that drive. I have made that drive. Mm-hmm. Would you make that drive?
I would make that drive, yeah.
Yeah.
No, and we've almost had to a couple of times, but by the grace of God, no.
And those are the things you have to think about, though. Are you willing to haul if something comes up? I see people all the time. They're like, well, I can't get a vet out. Well, you need to be prepared to haul to one then.
Yes. And that gets us into a really, really big point. Do you have a trailer?
Yeah. I don't care if you board your horse or keep him at home. You want a trailer.
You want to own a trailer.
You want to own a way to move that trailer.
Yes. And
you can get one-horse trailers. Mm-hmm. You don't have to buy something big. You don't have to buy something fancy. No. You can get a one-horse stock trailer.
Exactly.
And most one-horses can be pulled by most vehicles. Yeah. Short of a sedan.
Yeah, like I have a Bronco Sport, and if I get the hitching attachment to it, my car could most likely pull a one-horse trailer. Mm-hmm. That's it, though.
Yeah, and it would have to be a smaller horse. It couldn't be like my guy.
No, it would have to be my horses.
Yeah. You like, well, specify Willie, because I don't know if Sundown's gonna stay.
We'll see about Sunny.
I think he's gonna be a thickum.
He's getting big.
He's got a big head. He's got big feet. I don't think he's gonna be little.
No, it's really starting to look that way. Which I'm
Isn't
like,
he the same size as Willie, and he's only 2?
He's 3 now, but
he's 3.
He is a little bigger than Willie.
Yeah.
But his feet and his legs, like you can still see he's got growing to do.
There's the 4-year growth spurt.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I'm not ready.
But those are the things to think about. Like, I do not care what you do with your horse. I don't care if you board them. I don't care if they're on your property. Please have a way to move them.
Yes. Or know people, or have like a little community set up of people who could, say an emergency situation happens, or you need to arrange transport.
Well, and that ties into our previous episode. Have a community.
Yes.
Have people you can lean on to take care of your horse if something arises. Have people you trust. Whether it's vets, friends, family. Have a community of horse knowledgeable people.
Yes.
Who can assist you.
That's the kicker. You need to have people who know what they're doing to some extent, or who have been around horses that know how to handle them, know how to be around them, etc.
And people you trust to make the hard decisions.
Yeah.
Because even if your horse is at home, it's less likely if your horse is on your home property that you will be away for those tough decisions. But if you are boarding your horse, it is highly likely you cannot make that tough decision.
Yeah.
Because you won't be there.
You won't be there. Nope.
The likelihood that you will not be there to make the call is higher.
Mm-hmm.
So just bear that in mind. Do you have people that can make those kinds of tough calls? But we're kind of we're
derailing a little bit.
Yeah, we're kind of reiterating a past episode, and we're kind of out of the groove a little bit. Not gonna lie.
We still gotta get back into the swing of things.
But yeah, biggest thing: where are you gonna keep your horse? And do you have a vet and farrier lined up? Are you prepared to haul out if need be?
Yes.
Those are the biggest things because they come with different expenses.
Yeah. I would say equipment too is a really big thing. So like a trailer, your horse's tack, all of their grooming supplies, which is something that you really need to invest in. You need to have buckets, feed pans, whatever, hay nets.
And you need to have extras.
Yes.
So here's the thing. Purchasing a horse is the cheap part.
Yeah.
That's the easy part. Yeah. It is the owning them that is the expensive part.
Oh, yeah.
Because expenses change. Whether with inflation, your horse breaking something, your horse getting injured, things just daily breaking. Cars, trucks, they just stop working. Things wear out. Trailers need maintenance. If you own your own property, it needs maintenance.
Yeah, a lot of maintenance.
Yeah. Sometimes board prices increase. Are you prepared for those expenses? Having a budget with horses is crucial. And, making sure the people around you understand that budget. Making sure your vet knows at what cutoff point are you not going to treat. Yeah. I've had that discussion with my boarder. I said, hey, I don't care if you go on vacation. I don't care if you go out of town. I have your horses handled. They are safe. Yep. But what is your cutoff point? And have you made it clear to your vet that I am allowed to make the tough call if you cannot? Those are the kinds of things me and her have discussed. Because those are the kinds of things you should discuss.
It's very important, yes.
None of us want to think about that kind of stuff, but you do have to. So, we are going to say it several times because it's very important. You have people you trust. Yeah. We're probably going to reiterate it a bunch in this episode, and I'm going to apologize ahead of time. But
it's so important. It's something that's not really talked about.
It's not because there's
so much gatekeeping in the community.
There's a lot of gatekeeping, and unfortunately, we live in the U.S. That's where we're based. Yep. And the U.S. has a toxic independency culture. Oh, yeah. Where you kind of have to figure things out on your own. You're expected to kind of manage it on your own. Yep. And, that's why I love horses. There's a better sense of community there, but there's still a lot of gatekeeping. It can still be very hard to find people who think like you.
Yes. If you weren't somebody who grew up in it, or your family was very involved in a community already, it's hard to get established as someone new coming into the community.
It really is. So, Skylar and I have spent a lot of time trying to find our own community. Because
Yes.
neither one of us really had horses. Neither
No.
one of us really had people to lean on and learn from. We both bounced around lesson barns. We both bounced around lease horses. Like,
yep.
So, you know, that's one of the biggest things we are going to constantly say. And probably a lot of episodes about horse ownership, because you need to have people.
It's a support group too.
It is. And here's the other thing. It saves you money.
It does.
So,
oh yeah.
and here, let's iterate, right? When we talk about equipment, do I have extra halters? Sure. But if I'm traveling with Skylar and something happens, she also has extra halters. So if I forget one, I use one of hers.
Yeah.
Even if it might look a little funky because her horse's heads are smaller than my horse's head. It works.
Yeah, but things like that, like little things that you don't think about sometimes. And then something happens and you're like, oh no, what do I do?
Yeah.
If your community's there and
They're
able to help you, there you go.
I see so many people on Facebook begging for assistance or questions answered or whatever. And I'm like, you need somebody with you. Strangers on the internet aren't going to be able to help you to the same degree.
No.
They don't know you. They don't know your horse.
Yeah. They don't know your experiences, your background, nothing.
And you're going to get so many conflicting answers, but there's a context for everything.
Yeah.
Every horse is different, so the response is always going to be different. Some horses, for allergies, Dex is great. For some horses, Dex is awful. You know? For my guys, Benadryl is sufficient to get them through whatever little spurt they have. For my boarder's horse, we just spent the spring giving her Zyrtec. Is that the solution to every horse's allergies?
Nope.
No. And we're not going to sit here and say it is. We're just going to say that's what worked for us.
Yeah. So it will all vary between who you're talking to and what information is out there. You'll get different answers. So that it's good to have people in your life that you can go up to and talk to in person and have these conversations, or approach with questions that are, you know, buzzing around in your head, or things that might pop up that you're like, I don't actually know what to do in this situation or how to go about this.
Right. Like, I can contact my vet or farrier with any questions. I can contact Skylar. I can contact a couple other people with questions. Yep. And that's what having a community is. That's what having a good vet and farrier is.
Yeah.
That is what you should aim for. You just bought a horse. Fantastic. Do you have a community to support you?
Yes. And allow the community to grow and expand too.
Oh, yeah. Don't close it off. Like, I have clients. I love my clients, and I'm going to give them as much information as I have in my head. I'm not going to sit here and gatekeep because, you know, they don't make a certain amount of money, or they don't have a certain type of horse, or they don't do a certain type of thing.
Yeah.
What good does that do me?
Exactly. Yeah, I recently met a lady who, she lives locally to us, and I have never met her like in person. I was just over a phone call, and she was a friend of a friend and was like, I am looking for people around our area to ride with. You know, she's a lot older than me, and I actually connected her with some older folks who are around her age as well, and I think they actually have a ride planned. So it's just like anything that you can do to help not only your community grow, but others to kind of expand and meet other people.
And the biggest thing is too, don't think you know everything, and don't think your community knows anything.
Exactly.
I have a client, fantastic lady, fantastic horses, but her community is very old school in their thinking. And that doesn't work for her or her horses.
Yep.
I have had to explain to her, hey, look, I know this is how, you know, the other people in your life do this, but it's not working for your mare. And she changed it, and she has noticed such a difference in the relationship she has with her horse.
That's awesome.
She was actually almost in tears over it. She's like, oh my gosh, I feel like I can actually spend time with my horse, and that she wants to be with me now. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, because you're listening to her now. Yeah. She knows she can trust you to be there for her instead of forcing her to do things she's not comfortable with.
I love that.
That's what having a community is.
And it's so fulfilling when you go to somebody that you know and trust, and you have a good conversation with them, or they're able to help you out, or heck, even if you're able to help somebody out, it makes you feel nice.
Well, and you know, here's the other thing. Like, having a community is so fantastic because if something happens, you know, you can trust them to take care of your horse. I show valor. I'll take him to competitions. But I am prone to getting in my head, and sometimes I just need to walk away.
Yeah.
But if I'm the only one there, who's going to take care of my horse?
Or who's going to tell you sometimes,
right.
hey, take
Walk
a step
away.
back.
Yeah. You need somebody there to do that for you.
Oh, yeah. There's been multiple cases for, like, me, myself. Like, when I'm working with Willie and he gets into one of his moods where he just shuts down and you can't do anything to break him out of it. I have crossed the line too many times and just not walked away like I should have. But that was all in situations where I was either by myself or other people were doing something else and not able to be there. So it helps tremendously to have people that you support and will support you as well. It's a no-brainer. Like, you have to.
This episode's You Just Bought a Horse, and we're going to cover, a lot of things in it, but honestly, the biggest thing is community.
Yeah.
Because this is how Skylar and I travel. This is what works for us. We will sit there and we will make a list. Who's bringing what?
Yep.
So one of us may cover first aid stuff. One of us may cover grooming. One of us may cover, something like that.
Yeah. Extra tack, extra halters, leads, all of it, you name it.
Yeah. We'll go back and forth and see who can spare what. Because for us, that's what works.
Yeah.
And the reality is, too, I have medical stuff she may not have.
Exactly.
She has medical stuff I do not have.
We can build off of each other.
We can, I've actually brought stuff over for Skylar before.
Yep.
Because she didn't have it on hand. And I was like, well, here, I have a whole selection of items.
Exactly. You brought a whole, trunk over and everything. It was great.
Well, yeah, you didn't give me a whole lot of details. So I was like, all right, we're going to treat it like an emergency. Cool.
Yep.
Here's my med kit. What do you need?
Yeah.
And then it's also learning. Like, I learned from that experience. I was like, crap, you know what would have worked better?
I wish I would have had this on hand, or I could have had this on hand. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I have a product that I didn't want to give to Skylar because I wasn't entirely confident in the use myself. So I'm not just going to give it away until I'm comfortable with it, right?
Yeah.
And I can say, oh, here's how to use it. But then I used it on my own horse. And I was like, oh, this is actually really good. And this is what we should have used then. But now going forward,
you can go back to that information. It's kind of like a lesson learned moment. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, thankfully, it wasn't a lesson learned through anything major.
No.
It was just kind of one of those, oh, okay. Going
this
forward.
Would have been better.
Yeah. And, those are the things that are going to happen. You just bought a horse. Be flexible. You're going to make mistakes. Forgive yourself. Be easy on yourself. Be kind.
Yes.
Because unfortunately, even experienced horse owners, whether they admit it or not, screwed up. They still screw up.
I still screw up.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to admit it.
Horses humble you and challenge you in ways like nothing else.
No, yeah.
And, I have seen experienced horse people make stupid mistakes and they just stand there and they just shake their heads because they're like, I know better.
Yeah.
And I still did it. And it's like, yeah, because that's what happens. You make mistakes. So, you just bought a horse, whether it's your first horse or your 20th. Be kind to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Be patient with yourself and your horse.
You got to allow yourself the time to, not only navigate this new relationship with this animal, but also be open to those mistakes that are going to happen and the miscommunications and all of what that entails, because it's gonna happen. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
It's win. It's truly win. The first year I had Valor, I made the mistake of thinking, because he is just go with the flow, steady Eddie type of personality. I made the mistake of thinking that first year, oh, we could show and be semi-competitive. No, that was stupid. The first year you own a horse is like your building block.
Yeah.
Unless you have like a 20-year-old been there, done that, ex Grand Prix, whatever horse, you're not going to be competitive.
No.
Take the time
build
to
that
learn
relationship. Yes. It's going to do you wonders in the end.
It really does. Taking the time to just exist with your horse, no pressure, is huge. So yeah, you just bought a horse. Relax, breathe, enjoy it, build the bond. Hang out, groom. Hell, you don't even have to ride for the first month if you don't want to.
No, just being with your horse and being in the same space and sharing things is the best way.
And here's the other thing. We will both tell you it is okay to buy a horse without the intention of riding.
Yeah.
As long as you have the manners and the will to properly care for them, you have the ability to haul them.
Yep.
If you just want to get one and just have a pasture ornament that you just go out and love on,
go for it.
And brush, go for it.
Yeah.
There are so many horses out there like that need somebody to love them too.
Yeah. Oh gosh, yeah.
Riding isn't for every horse, just like it's not for every person.
No.
Like, don't feel bad because you got a horse and you don't ride. So what?
No. If you don't ride a lot. And you don't want to ride a lot. That's okay too.
Yeah, you can enjoy these animals just as much as we do.
Yeah.
Skylar doesn't ride Willie very much right now, and that's totally fine. She still goes out with him.
Oh yeah. He's pretty happy that he gets a little break, I think.
He's spoiled rotten.
He is, yeah.
So is Sundown, and he doesn't get rode.
Nope.
So, you just bought a horse. Take the pressure off yourself. Don't expect anything out of the first year.
Mm-hmm.
Just exist.
Yes.
Just breathe. And budget.
Budget and plan. That's
what are you gonna do in an emergency? Who's gonna do what in an emergency? Like, that ties into another episode that we should have included is assigning roles for if there is an emergency.
Yeah.
Who handles what? Who gets the horses? Who calls who? Like, yeah. So, when we say budget, we truly mean it, because if you don't have a community to help you, you will be paying for med care out of pocket. You'll be paying for all of your first aid stuff, all of your tack. If you're having your horses on your property, there's a lot of expenses that go with that too.
Yeah. And who knows, if you build up a great community too, and say you're looking to get your first saddle or you're looking to get a new saddle, someone might have something on hand. I know Shelby and I have gone halvesies on so many saddles, or we go with each other to the tack store and we're like, you need this.
Or we just text each other and say, hey, I need this. Can I come borrow yours?
Yeah.
Sure. Go for it. Skylar borrowed a couple of my pads because she was going back and forth on what she wanted to do with Willie.
Yeah.
And I was like, here, just take these, figure it out.
Yeah, and I know Shelby and I send each other links for tack all the time. Actually, you just sent me one today, and I ended up buying the saddle.
Yeah. So, a community is fantastic, and the benefits to a community too are if you do have your own property and they have their own property, like Skylar and I both have our own properties that we keep our horses on. If we need something equipment-wise and the other has it, why can't we just text each other and be like, hey, can I come borrow
I have a play
such
date?
and such? Yeah. So, and I've told Skylar before, if she needed to bring her horses over, she's welcome to.
Yeah.
My horses have stayed at Skylar's.
Yep.
A community is fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
And we will always encourage you to build one. And if you can't, we will be completely honest, it is more expensive that way.
Yes. You're going to lose a lot of money, and
especially that first year, especially if you're on your own property.
Yes. Yeah, and it's rough. It's not a fun place to be in.
It's
me and my family, we were in that position, and it's hard.
If you're not mentally and financially prepared, it's definitely difficult. That was one big thing I tried to explain to my parents when we bought our property. I tried to get them to understand, like, this first few years isn't going to be cheap.
No.
You're going to be getting equipment. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to be remedying other people's mistakes. We are having to doctor our pastures because the old owners didn't maintain them.
Mm-hmm.
And, that costs money. Seed costs money, and herbicide costs money.
Oh, yeah.
We have plenty of manure, and the old owners left a manure spreader. They didn't want it. So, we don't have to pay money for fertilizer or a manure spreader, but we're still paying fuel. Mm-hmm. We're still paying herbicide. We're still paying for all this other stuff. So those are things to think about. What are you actually willing to put down? What are you willing to pay for? If there's not a barn on your property, are you willing to pay to build one? And you can't just, it can't just be an aluminum structure. Like, horses kick through aluminum. You want something solid they can't kick through. So you just bought a horse. Be ready to spend a lot of money.
And a lot of time.
Yeah. I mean, you can get stuff used. Don't get us wrong. You can get buckets used. You can get halters, lead ropes, tack, all of that used. But do not ever buy things like first aid stuff used. Do not ever buy somebody else's wound care stuff. Do not.
Borrowing, yes, you can. But if you trust the person.
Yeah, I'm not gonna just go like, oh yeah, I met you once. Yeah, sure, I'll take your wound care.
You don't know where it's been. You don't know what horses it's touched. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Like, have you done your research on your horses? Like, what diseases, what horses are more prone to? If you have a gaited horse, a stock horse, a draft horse, they are more prone to founder and laminitis than other breeds. Are you prepared for that? Are you willing to go buy a muzzle if they need it? Are you willing to go buy fly sheets, fly boots, fly masks if they need it?
Yep.
That's something to consider. What are you actually willing to expend financially? Horses require maintenance. Valor, when we moved, he is the biggest horse on the property now. No one else knocks the horseflies off his butt. So I had to go spend $300 on fly sheets for him. And I was not prepared for that. I did it, but did it take a toll? Yes. Because I wasn't prepared for that. I didn't think about that. It wasn't an issue at our old place. But he's the tallest horse now.
Yep. He's the target.
He really is. Oh my gosh, the poor guy. I used to yell, like, my sister will help feed him in the evenings, and I used to yell at her. I'm like, I know it's nighttime, but you have to put the sheet on him. Because as soon as the sun comes up, the horseflies, just like 8 of them will land right on top of his butt.
Oh gosh.
And And I'm like, he gets a pass on being a jerk at the gate because he is hurting. He'll get so many welts on his back. So are you prepared for that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Are you prepared to deal with horseflies? Are you prepared to buy sheets, boots, blankets? Some horses don't grow a winter coat.
No.
And blankets aren't cheap. Are you prepared to spend that money? Now, here is another tidbit I will tell you. Because I have a destructive horse. I have a giant play baby. You don't have to buy the expensive blankets and sheets.
No.
I look at blankets and sheets with the idea that it's going to last 1 season, maybe 1.5 if I'm lucky. So I refuse to spend more than like $150 on sheets or blankets because it's not going to last.
No. So
when I say budget, that's also what I mean. Do you know where to find deals and where you can skimp and where you can't?
Yep.
When it comes to fly sheets and blankets, I don't really care to spend less money because I don't expect it to last very long. But if I'm buying a pad, I'm going to spend more money because that's my horse's welfare.
Yeah.
That is his comfort. That is his long-term health.
Mm-hmm.
And you just went through this with Willie.
Yes, I did. Yeah, I had to find a saddle pad that, and I touched base on it a little bit in the previous episodes, but yeah, I couldn't figure out why his back was acting up the way it was, and I was trying different saddles, I was trying different pads, I was trying to do different combinations to see what would work, and I had to buy a bunch more stuff. And I was lucky to find a pad that was used in good condition because that was the one I ended up settling with because it gave me the best results.
Yeah.
But you got to be prepared to do those things and put in the effort to try to problem solve.
If you're in an area where one is available, are you prepared to pay for a saddle fitter?
Yeah.
Are you prepared to pay for chiropractors, body workers, MagnaWave, Beamer, whatever?
Mm-hmm.
Are you prepared to pay for extra stuff? I am prepared to pay the money for a chiropractor because it does make a difference.
Yes, it really does.
But are you? When you just bought a horse, what are you actually willing to expend?
Mm-hmm.
What maintenance are you actually looking forward to? So when we say budget, we truly mean like
it's important.
Where can you put money? Where can you skimp a little bit? And do you have enough left over if there's an emergency to cover it?
Mm-hmm. And even hay and feed. Those are 2 really big things.
Yeah, even if you board your horse, they're not always covered. My board policy is if you want to put your horses on migraine, fantastic, that's part of your board cost. But if you don't like what I'm feeding, you have to buy your own. Mm-hmm. I will still feed it. That does not change. I will feed whatever you want to feed. But if it is not barn feed, you have to buy it.
Yep.
And 3 bags of what my boarder chooses to feed her gelding is $90.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah. Are you prepared to pay that? If your horse does not eat the barn hay, if they need something a little extra, a little nicer, are you prepared to pay for that hay?
Mm-hmm.
If you own your own property, do you know what hay you should feed? Do you know where you're going to get it? Do you have a hay source? You just bought a horse. Do you have their food ready to go?
Yeah.
Do you know where you're going to buy your grain? Do you know where you're going to buy your hay? Do you know where you're going to buy salt blocks?
Vet supplies,
Yeah.
all of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I know there's a vet store up in Wilmington I'll go to for stuff if I need to.
Mm-hmm.
If I can't find it online, I'll go up there. My feed supplier is 15 minutes from my house. My hay supplier is 2 minutes from me. Do you know where yours is? When you buy a horse, you gotta know that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And educate yourself on what's in the hay, what your horse needs in the hay.
Yes.
There's so many different types of grass hay. You can get just a basic fescue mix. You can do teff, orchard, Bermuda, Timothy, alfalfa. Take your pick, but what does your horse need?
Yes. And what other things does your horse need aside from hay and grass?
Yeah. Every area is different. Every soil is lacking something or has too much of something. This is what I like about my area. Where I buy my feed, everything sold at that feed store is made for our area. It's made for our soil and what our soil lacks. Mm-hmm. It is made in a horse-only facility. There is no risk of cross-contamination.
That's a big one.
That is a huge one.
Yep. There
was an incident a couple years ago where cattle feed accidentally got mixed into some horse feed, and the meds killed the horses.
Yes, there was a lot of horses that passed away because they consumed it.
Yep. Because it was just cross-contamination.
So make sure you're getting the correct feed for your horse, too. That's really big.
You just bought a horse. Welcome to the world. It's complicated.
It's so complicated, and there's so many things, but that's why we want to try to touch base on a little bit of everything so you can prepare as well.
That's why we started this podcast, because we know what it's like to be thrown into the deep end without much help.
And you're like, what the heck is going on?
Yeah, you're like, okay, I thought this was one thing, but now I realize there's 20 different options.
Yep.
The horse world has become amazing in its, education, in its progression. But it has also become so complex, and in some areas needlessly complex. Mm-hmm. And you just have to make sure you're educated. You have to make sure you're confident in what you're giving your horse and what's being done to your horse. If your horse is away for training, are you confident in what they're using? Do you know what they're using? Do you understand what they're using? Mm-hmm. I see so many people asking about bits that a trainer put in their horse's mouth, and I'm like, you didn't ask the trainer? You didn't do your own research before it got shoved in your horse's face?
Yeah.
Like, I help a kid with her mare, and her mare is 20-something years old. She's papered, so they have her exact age. I don't. But she has spent her life having high ports and twisted wires shoved in her mouth. Whew. She doesn't want to be bridled now. I wonder why.
Yeah.
And part of that was because part of it was her first owners didn't care. And then her current owners just didn't have the education to say no.
Yeah.
And I think that goes back to the gatekeeping. There's not enough trainers that make sure their clients know. Mm-hmm. So, you just bought a horse. Educate yourself on everything. Where are you going to keep them? What are you going to feed them? How much are you willing to do for them? Mm-hmm. Who is your community? There's a lot that goes into it. The biggest thing is just educate yourself.
Yep.
So that's where we'll end it for today.
It's a little bit of a crazy episode, but it's a crazy thing. You got a horse.
It is, and we did cover a lot of important points, and if you guys want us to streamline this episode a little bit, cover some things more in depth, just reach out and we will.
Let us know.
Yeah. We take criticism, we answer questions, because that is what the horse world needs.
Yes.
It needs communication. It needs people willing to answer questions.
Oh, yeah.
Correct themselves.
Exactly. Admit when they're wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a big one. Oh.
It's okay. It's fine. We all make mistakes. So
that's the biggest thing. Just be
that's
patient.
how you learn. Yep. Exactly. So thank you for listening into this week's episode, and hopefully you'll be here around for the more to come. Don't forget, Tales of the Trails. We want to hear your stories. Send them in. We would love to feature you in our podcast.
Yeah. We love nothing more than trail riding and talking about it.
It's fun.
It's so much fun. The chaos.
All right, guys. We will see you next week. We hope you enjoyed this week's topic. Join us for new episodes every Sunday. And to keep up with the herd, be sure to follow us on Instagram at The Highline Herd and visit our website at thehighlineherd.com. We hope you enjoy the show. See you next week.